tell everyone what you're doing because I love your background story and how you are a business owner.
Yes. So I owned a salon. I've been doing nails for 16 years and had a salon, a nail salon for 4 years. I owned a meditation studio right next door to it. I was doing all these things, busy, kind of scaled back and wanted to be home with my kids. And I was like, I need to work from home. And I have all these skills from running my businesses, but I wasn't sure what to do. I heard about assisting just in networking groups that I've been in and masterminds that I've been in. It was never like on my radar. And it's funny because I was like, why didn't I think of this before?
You obviously have this entrepreneurial spirit. Has that always been a part of who you are?
I mean, I was 20 when I started. I actually got my cosmetology license and started doing hair. And just from that young age, I started having to figure out my own business, like teach myself online and like work through different problems I was having. And I just had to put myself into that world of entrepreneur and like figure things out. So
that's why I do love this space, because you can keep learning. And as you learn, you build up your toolbox, you can start charging more, you can find yourself in random different niches and services.
Oh my goodness, when I took your course, it blew my mind because I had this vision of like what being an assistant meant. And I was like totally blown out of the water because I had no idea. And it's true, like you can keep going for eternity. Like there's so many more things you can add to your stack of just knowledge.
What blew your mind the most from UDMA School?
I think I didn't understand email the most. Like email blew my mind. I thought it was just like a different way of text messaging your clients. You know what I mean? Like just sending a group, whatever. So everyone has this information in this one email. I was like, wait, marketing? Wait, like the algorithm of the way email works and whether it gets in your inbox and actually works, or like I was like kind of blown away by that. So there's so many parts to that I keep going back and rewatching. Wow. So that's been cool for me. Affiliate marketing like is still a mystery to me. And I'm like, I love all the stuff in the course and I keep diving back into that too. So there's just more and more and more. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
You already had clients. Tell me how you did that transition.
Okay, I think this is so important for people to do. And I want to say it comes from me being in masterminds, being in business networking groups and stuff, because I knew so many business owners that needed this so bad. And as I started just listening to the podcast, really, I started going, I know how to do that. Other people want that. So I just put it out there. In fact, I was manifesting it more than anything because my first client, she put it out there on her Facebook. I kind of am thinking sort of maybe kind of about getting a VA. What do you guys think? Who do you know? And I put myself on her. I was like, hey, I'm going to send you a message. And I sent her DM and I was like, I'm kind of thinking about offering this. Do you want to explore with me and just like play? And so I knew her from a business mastermind and I just jumped in that way.
That is so crazy. And you're not the only business owner I've had in this program who owned a business, did the in-person brick and mortar thing, and then needed to transition to something that had a little bit more flexibility and freedom. And you just jumped in. You knew you had skills from where you've gotten today that you could figure it out.
Yeah. And I remember now what I sent you in the DMs, because I was like telling you that I was starting out and I was charging like this embarrassing amount of money with my first client. I'm like, I'm going for it, Emily. I'm going to do it. And you're like, go for it. But I think you need to start.
So what did you do to increase your prices?
This is my advice for like raising your rates. You know, like you get that unequal value exchange feeling of like, oh, I'm doing this, but I'm feeling just a little resentment going on. So let's check in. Let's go internal and figure out what's going on here. And here's the important part. You have to be okay with no and yes. Like you need to be in this neutral space of this is who I am. And that like kind of communicates and pushes out that positive energy of like, I really truly know my value. When they feel you, be like, it's okay if you leave. So I like to give people options instead of a dead end brick wall of like, hey, I'm raising my rates and you're screwed.
Did the course give you confidence to be able to do this? And how did that play a part of this transformation with your pricing?
Yeah, some of the fun things in your course are the people you brought on as bonuses to help us, like with some of the mindset work. You had some awesome people come on, and some of the people that have done the course before that are in it again really helped me with confidence of like what it's like to actually work and do the work themselves. So in your course, I did not feel like I knew everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, what it did for me was it showed me the next step. Like I had a mentor tell me once, when you have a goal and you're at A and you want to go to B, what will help you get through it is knowing the C. So then you're just going through it. So having your course and knowing the C and like strategizing with my clients of like, okay, we're going to set all this up so that you can have an opt-in, so that you can have, email marketing plan, so that you can, and I would like talk strategy with them and they'd be like, wow.
I'm so glad you get it. And that's why I wanted you on the show, just to showcase this and how eager you were, how it wasn't this perfect process, but you were learning every step of the way and aware and growing from it. And I'm just so proud of you, because I can still remember DMing you and I'm like, oh girl, raise your rates.
I will tell you, like when I showed you some copy that I wrote and you wrote in the comment, like, you are a good copywriter. That blew my mind to hear that from you. And I was like, I've been writing show notes for clients for the same rate, because you always tell us that copywriting is like a higher ticket like service.
Yeah.
And so here I am over here raising my internal value because my community that I'm in of being in this course is holding me up and being like, you're worth more. Like you did this awesome copywriting. Like yeah. I mean, it is just such an awesome part of it.
Sometimes we just need the outside validation. Sometimes we
Yeah.
just need it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it's shining a light on your strengths. And if you can add in these other things and feel confident about it, you become that indispensable unicorn that I talk so much about. And I know you're the essence of it. So do you have any advice for anyone who's thinking about the Unicorn Digital Marketing Assistant School, wondering if they can do it? Like, what would you say to them?
I would just say to play with possibility. Just take a step forward, do it, talk to people, help them out like I did, where I just like fell into my first client, and don't overthink it. We get so like, we sabotage ourselves so bad overthinking things. And when you open your mind to like, I wonder why I love listening to this podcast. I wonder why I love hearing about all this digital stuff. I wonder like what is so exciting to me, and just lean into that wonderment and just explore it.
You told me a number and I didn't write it down in front of me, but I think you told me you made back the price of your enrollment in UDMA in the course. What was that number?
I don't know now, but I know that like right around the same time that I finished up the course, I had made like year to date, I'd made $3,000 received to me because I was doing digital marketing assisting. And it kind of blew my mind. I was like, oh, that was my goal. You had this awesome form for us to fill out when we were starting. Yeah. And I was like breaking down my goals, dreaming as big as I could. And I was like, it'd be great. And I didn't even know I got it until like I looked back. I was like, oh my goodness.
A lot of people see the price of a course and it turns them off. But when you share a number like this, and it shows them that, yes, like we can come make the money back. It doesn't happen overnight, but you are absolutely working toward it. And that is just amazing. Again, I'm so proud of you, Drea.